I've just spent a day in hospital, not being treated, but trying to find out how good or how bad things are in our lovely Princess Diana local hospital. It's been an exciting experience from one respect because things have improved so enormously, mainly thanks to the extra spending Labour's been putting into the health service. Enormous improvements. For instance, in accident and emergency, the grim ward I remember being carried into when I broke my wrist some years back, now replaced by a sparkling, up-to-date, beautifully bright and well-equipped emergency ward. It's been exciting to see that. It's exciting to see the fact that many wards, the number of beds per room have been reduced from 6 to 4, that the mixing of male and female patients in some wards, which was necessary in the past, has now stopped entirely, that everything has improved, everything is better equipped, the service is better and it's properly staffed. That's exciting, but it's also depressing to see the atmosphere of doubt and anxiety, the failure of morale in an organisation which is having to face cuts of 17 million every year for the next 4 years on its budget. It's impossible to keep up the improvements and maintain those cuts. And it's impossible too to face a future in which the government is imposing an uncertain and, in my view, wrong reform. This is GP commissioning, the pet brainchild of Andrew Lansley, who wants to bring in the private sector and wants to introduce more competition and price competition into our health service. It's impossible to face these cuts and face up to that prospect, creating even greater uncertainty in the future. People are scared for the jobs. 350 people have volunteered for redundancy. I think they want about 400 job losses to bring it back to the level of service and staffing it was at 2 years ago. Or in other words, to reverse the progress we've made in the last 2 years. People are now being put on temporary contracts, which means that incoming nurses can't get a mortgage because they're only on a short-term contract, can't get housing and can't establish themselves. And everybody's uncertain as to whether their job will be kept, what the effect is going to be. This uncertainty has got to be ended. We need a statement from the government that the reforms, the Lansley reforms, they promised not to have any more top-down reorganisations, and now they're going in for the biggest one ever, that these reforms will be stopped, as the Liberal Democrats want, as Labour wants, and that the process of cuts and efficiency savings, so-called, will be slowed up so the service can adjust more effectively and more naturally without losing numbers on this scale. Stop the reform, stop the cuts in the health service.